Okay, out here working on a Gleaner today, and I put 5 gallons of diesel in this old gas tank, and I let it sit for a couple of days, and I drained it. There's still a little sludge in it. I don't know if it's probably gonna be a problem, but I'm hoping it won't. Anyway, I got the carburetor rebuilt, getting ready to put it in place. The throttle cables are seized up, so I may have to pull them off the combine and soak them or something. I don't know. They may be done for. They may be too rusted up, but they're kind of long cable. They go all the way up to the operator station. So anyway, I'm getting ready to put the carburetor on. I got the fuel pump installed. I don't have it wired. I got it wired up to the switch so that it has power when needed. And what else have I done? Not a whole lot yet. That's about it. I don't have the battery on it yet, so I'm just kind of getting started, I guess you could say. Not moving fast at all. I guess it might be fast for me. I don't know. Anyway, the old Gleaner may never cut wheat again. I don't know. It's one of them deals. We're gonna see if it will. If it does, that's gonna really make me happy. If it doesn't, well, things happen. Still got to get the alternator on it. I got a ways to go here. But a few hours tinkering with it here and there, I'll get there. It'll come around. A lot of you asked. I've had several people ask about the storms the other night that came through Oklahoma. We were not affected personally here. Dadgummit, I probably should put that on there before we didn't get affected here, but folks down Sulphur, Oklahoma got hit really hard, hit their downtown area. And there's Marietta, I think, got hit. I couldn't tell you for sure all of them that got hit down south, but it got them pretty good. Or pretty bad. Actually, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad deal. Back in '99, the little town of Mulhall was pretty much destroyed by EF. I think they considered it an EF5. Big dude. It was a mile wide. And we lost a lot of our historical buildings. There's not a lot left of the town that used to be there. That's one of the hardest things I think about those deals is you can't replace that stuff ever. No matter how somebody tries, it ain't gonna happen. That's a shame. But it's part of living, I guess. Oklahoma may not be the safest place in the world. To live. But we do have do have pretty good weathermen that give us pretty good warning on this stuff nowadays. Used to be, I remember when I was a kid, we had a tornado came across our place and we didn't even know it was happening. And it must have been after harvest or somewhere around there. I can't remember, but I do remember pieces of straw from our wheat fields south of the house going through the screen window of the house, and it would hit that screen and it just split that straw. And my mom and dad, they were actually down in the barn when that happened, and my mom said that Dad grabbed her by the hand and took off running, and she said her feet was off the ground. The wind was just blowing her. But they got out of the old barn and they survived it. I don't know how. A little dipstick lubrication there on that thread. See if that clamp will still work. So got my fuel pump mounted down on the side. I'll leave enough slack there. I got room to move that if I need to. Anyway, that's about all I got for today on updates. This one's a little bigger, I think. That's gonna work fine. I'd like to, and later today, if I get to it, I'm gonna try to get this thing fired up. I hope it'll fire. I'm just about to the point I'm ready to do the test on it. I'm gonna run a power and a ground off my fuel pump up to the starter solenoid, and of course I got some pretty good looking battery cables on here too. Yeah, I may need to do some rewiring. That's the alternator wire. This is a power line that goes up to the front. Solenoid may not even work, I don't know. Got a blue wire going to the, oh, it's got electric temp gauge on it. I guess they would have to have electric on these because it's so far from the platform back. So I got a positive cable, and I need to find, oh, there's my ground. Yeah, hook those up to a battery and get my fuel pump chooching here, and we'll see what we got. Like I say, I got the carburetor in place. I think the gas tank's going to work. I don't know. I'm going to put some gas in it and see if it'll flow out of it. I think it will. Carburetor kit. I didn't show any of the assembly on it, but basically you just take them apart and clean them. I should have probably painted it, but it'd look out of place if I painted it. Can't have that happening. I've got radiator hoses, but I think I'd kind of like to take a water hose and flush this thing out before I get too carried away with filling it up with antifreeze or water. It'll get water at first and then antifreeze after I get the stuff flushed out of it. But Anyway, I hope the old Alice Chalmers 6B230 will run. This is I think they might have used this engine in the gas D19 tractors. I'm not an Alice Chalmers guy, so if I'm wrong, I first to admit it. But I think the D19 gases had a 6B230. Hopefully you'll hear it running a bit. We got the combine hot wired at this moment. Let me see if I can't jump the starter. Let's see, how does this one? Screwdriver would probably work better, but God dang, shocked me. I have no idea if it's fired. Didn't like getting shocked though. Let's see if we can't wedge this choke shut somehow. She's cranking. That ain't gonna work. Let's see here. Well, I could just do this. That'll keep her choked. Okay, now. I don't know if it's firing. I hadn't checked fire, but so far we're not getting anything. Coil may be bad, I don't know. Let's see if we can get a spark out of it without getting shocked. We're not getting any spark. Pretty simple ignition system. Yeah, we got hot to that. I don't know if I put the coil in it or if somebody else did. Oh yeah, she makes a spark. Okay. That's just a simple coil test. Probably not the right way, but that's how I did it. So that came off with her cap. Rotor bug is not in too bad a shape. Well, I say that. Rotor bug is broke. But it does stay on there good enough probably to work. So, probably need a new rotor and cap. I would guess. Let's try her again here. Nope. no deal. It did seem like it tried to fire once. Kind of curious if we're getting fuel in the bowl. I'm sure we probably are. Oh yeah, we're getting, well, we had fuel in the bowl. This is how it goes. Rebuild this junk, trying to get it running. You fix one problem, or two, and you got another one. And we'll have 5 more before we're done here. Not kidding either. Probably 50 more. I do think it tried to fire a little bit, so I have hope that it probably will run. Should. We got fuel and we got fire, it ought to run. Anyway. Back to the shop, back to the bench. We'll see what we can find for their starter. Bendix is acting kind of goofy, but this is a little different than the kind that has the solenoid that engages it, so it kind of needs cleaned up, I think. Shaft's a little loose in the end, not bad. Overall, I was kind of surprised, but it was full of copper brush dust, so something's caused it to eat all the brushes up. Just probably wore out. Started one too many times, I suppose, before I parked it. Anyway. Okay, so I ended up with 2 bent push rods. It was on the number 3 and number 4. So I pulled them out, I had to take the rocker arm shaft off, pulled them out, straightened them up best I could. I think they're okay, but it looked like that one had been bent and running that way for a long time. It was shiny. And I haven't ran this thing. So it wasn't me that did that. So I'm gonna give it another shot here. See if we can get the fuel pump hooked up and the coil. We're gonna hot wire it. So we're getting gas. I'm gonna choke it. Man, we got something. Don't sound like it's firing on all 6, but it's firing on something. think I'm gonna have to let my battery charge up some more. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm gonna pull number 6 spark plug and look at it. I think I'm gonna pull them all out and just run it, just crank it over. See what happens, see if it clears something out of it. Probably what I should have did to begin with. Hindsight's always something. Let's see what happens. Get to my switch now. Really don't want it to be firing. Just cranking. She has compression and oil pressure. Oh, I don't know. Don't know what's wrong with it. Alright, we had fire there. I had the camera off, but she runs kinda. I can't run it very long. I don't have any antifreeze in it, but she runs. Okay, I feel a little better about it. So, She blew a mess out of the exhaust. There's a bird nest, I think, in there or something. I don't, or maybe just a rat or a mouse. Probably a mouse. Anyway, blew crap all over me. But it runs. Better unhook the fuel pump here. I've got to do a little work on the key switch, but that sounded pretty good, I thought. Yeah. Will it cut wheat? Oh man, I don't know. But we're a little closer. At least we got a running engine.